Hey, how you doing? This is Cringer 63, as per requested from a few of my normal Twitch viewers. We are gonna go ahead and do a quick video to show how I normally start a city in City Skylines. We're gonna do completely vanilla, so this will also probably be useful to some of the Xbox One City Skylines players as well. We're not using any mods, 0 out of 59 enabled. We will play with money on, and we have no assets from the Steam Workshop on. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump in and pick a map. One of the default maps, we'll pick one of the mass transit maps that was new. We'll go with Regal Hills and just jump on into that. European themed map. That's a little different for me. Load this up and we'll get going. First thing we're gonna do is build some roads, as the game may tell us right there. Let's start by building some roads. It is the only thing you can do at the start. You also have this one starting square right here. All right. So first thing I normally do is, there's only one type of road that you can build. Everything else is locked out, right? All right. So I'm just gonna build this road. Looking at this, we have the river that starts here. So we're probably gonna have our water source, our water pumps up here, and then we'll go ahead and put our poo drains down here, right? Our wastewater down here on this end, or we can even have them back to back. I'll probably do that because it'll save us money, and that's kind of what the point of my starting building is about, saving money. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, and this is what I always tell people to do not just connect these roads. Don't extend them out and then connect them right next to each other. That's going to be a big traffic problem way before you need traffic problems. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're just going to go ahead and start with, this is an interesting map. I have never built on this map. I may have to build on this map. I'm kind of liking it. I like the hills. I'm a fan of hills on a map. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna start with a simple straight road, 2 lanes going across, a little something like that. That now unlocks one-way roads here. It also unlocks 4-way road, 6-lane, 6-lane one-way, and that is it. It also unlocks your power and water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this since we finished this. One-way road is what we're gonna take. We're gonna take that one-way small road. Why am I going to start with the small? Because it's cheaper. Same reason I'm going to keep this. It's cheaper. My big thing early in the game, whether I'm playing modded or not, doesn't matter what mods, I always play with money. I like it. Once you kind of do this and get used to starting a game, money's not much of an issue, but you have to manage everything else, and that's where the challenge comes in. So we're just going to do one way instead of going straight down. Like I said, we're going to put it out here. So we're going to put that out there. We're going to come here, start there, direct that up. Now these are spread out. This does 2 things for me. 2 things. One, it keeps those intersections far apart. All this traffic's coming down, they'll turn left or right. This traffic, you know, everybody will come over here to get on to the freeway over here. It also means that if I don't build right here, if I don't build in the center, then I can destroy this later on and extend my freeway straight through here, and I don't have to worry about destroying a bunch of buildings. Maybe I do that, maybe I don't. It depends on the map in part, in the starting area, but this might be a map where I don't know. We're not gonna get that deep into the game, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But that's just an option that you have when you do a starting setup like this. Okay, so let's get our water going. We're gonna do our water pump. There's our water source. It's up there. Water's flowing pretty quick right here, so we're just gonna go ahead and use this. We'll put that right there. We're gonna keep these close, cause why not, right? We do them too far apart, we're gonna spend more money on pipes, so we're gonna spend more money on energy or power to make them run. What else? Well, we're looking at oh, and make sure you put the water pumps upriver from the poo drain. All right, because you don't want, if you have the poo drain upriver from the water pumps, you're then going to start pumping poo into your water pumps, and now your people are drinking poo water. That's gross. Don't do that. No, you don't want to do that. I've seen people do it. It doesn't end well. Your people get sick and die. All right, so we're done with that though. So ideally, and we're probably going to run power lines here anyways. Now, if you don't have a setup where you can do it this close to your starting road, then maybe just go ahead and do a wind turbine. If you're using stuff from the Steam Workshop, there's little baby tiny 1x1 solar panels that are awesome to just slap by those. But in this case, you know, wind turbine, I'm probably going to run power lines over here because it's right here and I'm going to build right here, so they're not going to need to be there that long anyways. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, you know, this is the river. I think I'd rather have my residential over here and my industrial on this side, and maybe we'll push the industrial up the hill or something like that, or back this way, and the industrial can jump over the river and maybe jump over here, something like that, right? So the reason we're gonna stay with these two-lane roads is because one, cost per cell, 40 simoleons, whatever you want to call them, 40 bucks. All right, if I went with something bigger, you're looking at 60 bucks a cell. 6-lane, 80 bucks a cell. And then it doesn't end there. You got to worry about upkeep. 32 cents a week per cell. These are 80 cents, and then the 6-lane are going to be 96 cents, right? So that's the big reason. We're trying to limit costs as much as we can, right? That's my normal start anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with building by this one road. I'm gonna do all residential right there. We're gonna get all industrial right here. I'm gonna go ahead and slap in a power plant, probably right about here. All right. And then we unpause and let it go. They'll start building. We're gonna run the power over. So we're gonna have to run the power over this way anyways. So we're just gonna run the power little something like this. We'll delete those when we don't want them anymore, but right now it gets the job done. So we're done with all our initial building. We've zoned residential, we've zoned some industrial. Right now all we have is residential demand. They'll start building there soon, and we still have 39,000 left as far as money. So we're sitting good. We're negative 489 in the hole. That'll get a little worse before it starts getting better. But our whole purpose here is to get in the green. Once we get in the green, we're in the free and clear. All right, so what we're gonna do now is you see that they're starting to build. We're gonna go ahead and bump up the speed a little bit. We'll probably go on speed 3 because this is meant to be kind of a quick video. I didn't want to take too long on it. And you'll probably see some edits here and there as I kind of skip over some time lapses where, you know, we don't need to be sitting here for a minute. So what I never did is extend my water over, so we're going to do that right now. It's real close. We're not going to spend that much money on it, and we're good. Residential has water, power. Industrial can start building. We're starting to get some commercial demand. So we are going to look for an area to start building commercial. I think on this map, I'm not going to worry about extending my freeway out. So I'm going to go ahead and build roads straight down. Well, I could do that anyways, and I probably would, but I'm going to go ahead and build in this area. I'm not going to worry about extending my freeway out, because even if we bought this, that's a big giant hill. It's just going to drop off the other side. I don't want to. Who wants a freeway that goes straight over the other side, right? Nah, that would suck. You're just sitting there driving along. No, that's not a good freeway. It's not a good freeway. So I'm gonna extend this road out. We'll just go straight. We're gonna do some straight basic basically grid-like roads here at the beginning. I'm not gonna worry too much about it, mainly because it's gonna help us reduce road costs, and provide us the most building space available is what it's gonna do. Later on, when I have more money, I can start, you know, doing some curvy roads, giving myself more space to put in parks and special buildings and stuff like that. So we have a bunch of residential, man. We're gonna go ahead and just drop that in here. Fill that in. We have some commercial demand. We're gonna fill in that central square right there and let the people build. All right. Later on, we can come back, and I probably won't put any special roads along here, or, you know, depending on how you build and how you start, you know, you'll kind of identify what you want to be as your main roads, and you're kind of want to avoid putting any special buildings along those. Special buildings being police stations, fire stations, stuff like that. That way you don't have to pay the cost to move them if you want to expand the road. And we will expand some of these roads later. We'll go ahead and just come in here and you know, go with the upgrade tool, and we can go and upgrade this road to 4 or 6 lanes, whatever we want to do, right? All right, so we're filling that up. Residential demand's going down as the houses are built. We get some more industrial demand up here. We're gonna go ahead and expand this. I'm gonna fill this whole area with an industry. And my first industry is usually my last industry for quite a while. Meaning I will do industry in this area. Maybe it gets pushed out here a little bit more. Once I start educating people, it's all office once we unlock that. And then maybe late in the city, if my city gets real big, I'll do a second industrial area somewhere else just to help cover goods. All right, we're gonna expand this road, and we're just gonna, definitely with industrial, I'm just gonna keep doing some grids. So a little something like that. And we'll fill in 1 block right there. I'll probably leave that space open. We'll probably do garbage dumps there later on. Bunch of residential demand. We also need to extend our water, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. And we have hit our first milestone. Little hamlet, population of 460, unlocks taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, education. Some new buildings, elementary school, medical clinic, landfill site. This is important, what I'm about to say. This is the key to me making money quickly and me not starting to lose money after I'm already making it. We're gonna close this out. We've hit that first milestone. That means I can now adjust my taxes. As you can see, just by doing this, we're already in the green, $725 a week, so we're off to a good start. We're still $36,000 in the bank, and we're adding to it. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna open up my taxes, and the first thing I'm gonna do is slide it up to 12 on everything. When I unlock high density in offices, we'll do the same thing. We'll slide it up from 9 to 12%. The reason being 12% is that's the highest you can do it without anybody ever complaining. You can go higher if you want to, 13, 14, 15%, but nobody's gonna complain at 12%. Eventually 13, 14%, somebody's gonna complain. You'll start having people move out because taxes are too high. So you can do that. You can wait until that happens and then just lower them to 12%. That's fine. I just put everything at 12%. I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the game. We're good to go. And you make plenty of money off at 12%. At least I do. But you know, you want to be greedy, you can go ahead and be greedy, okay? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Did I do one way? Oh, good lord. What the hell did I do? I did one-way roads. My people are allowed to drive in, but they're not allowed to drive out. I did not even notice that. Alright. I did one-way roads, so I just wasted some money because I just upgraded my roads. I just changed them, but yeah, that's fine. We didn't no, actually, I don't think we waste that for that. If we upgraded, we'd be spending money. So we bumped up our budget. And we unlocked a bunch of new buildings, didn't we? So here's a problem a lot of people run into. I got a dump. I'm gonna build my dump right away. There's $4,000. Ooh, I also unlocked my medical clinic. I need to build that. My people need a medical clinic, right? Yeah, they need some kind of health care. There's another 10,400 a week. Oh, I need the kids in school. There's another 10,000. So if we bought all three of those right there, there's 10, 20, and 4. So there's 24,000. We're down to what, 13,000 right there? Don't do it. Maybe you'll build the garbage. Probably coming up here real soon. That'll be the first one we build. As far as schools and medical clinic, don't buy it until you have to. All right, see, there's my indication right there. We got garbage piling up. I'll go ahead and put in a garbage dump. When I see somebody's maybe getting sick, or you know, if I definitely see that, I'll put in a medical clinic. But a medical clinic's kind of a long ways away. Same thing with fire and police when we unlock those on the next step. 950 pop, we're gonna unlock both of those. We're not gonna build them right away. When we see a little crime icon, that's when we'll build a police station. When we have a fire, that's when we'll build a fire station. I'm not gonna do it before then. The longer we wait on each one of those, the more money we save, the more money we save up. So, and then that gives us a chance to grow our city more, get a bigger income, so when we do build those, we don't even feel the impact of the monthly or the weekly cost. All right, we're gonna bump the speed back up to speed 3 because it got knocked down when we hit that milestone. We got a bunch of demand for residential, so we're just gonna keep expanding this. Here, we'll bring this out a little bit just so we don't destroy any houses. We don't want to do that right now, do we? Nah. All right, since we have this river here, we're gonna go ahead and do a riverside road, and we'll just expand out here. We are gonna destroy some houses right here. It's all right, man. They'll live. They'll live. We're gonna replace them. And we'll just do that right there. Bucket drop everything in there. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. And I'm gonna bucket drop pretty much everything. Like I said, I can get fancy and decorative a little later on, and you know, worry about my design and how much, you know, if I want to leave a bunch of space and stuff like that when I have a bunch of money. Right now, it's just kind of maximize my roads to maximize my income. And we need more residential because we don't have enough people working these factories over here. But you can see we're up to 1,600 a week right now in income. We're adding money constantly, and that's the point. We want to stay in the green. All right, so we're getting more industry building up. We got more demand for it. We're gonna go ahead and fill that in right there. Probably just zone all of that. As demand comes in, they can just build. We have this commercial. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and that right there. We're just doing, you see what we're doing here is I have residential on this side, industry all over here, and then commercial down the center. I'm using commercial as kind of my buffer between the pollution of my industry and my residential. And right now, early game, 1 square, they're close enough that, you know, that it's not far enough that they need to worry about not being able to get to work, right? It's a close drive. All right, Worthy Village, congratulations, 950 out of 950. So with this, we unlock a new area already. We can start doing districts and unlock policies. Now we get fire department, police department, unique buildings. Do not build unique buildings for a long time. We can do industry specializations, and then we have some new policies, and there's the police and fire station. So like I said, I'm not gonna do police building because that's $12,000 and $480 a week, and I'm not gonna do fire station quite yet because that's another $12,000 and $560 a week. So if we did those two buildings right away, you're looking at $560 and $480. So you're looking at over $1,000. Yeah, over $1,000. I know my maths. You're looking at over $1,000. So we're cutting our income in half right there. Again, if you're doing that school right away, well, there's another 160. Doing that healthcare right away, no, there's another 400. Now we're down to only like maybe 400 income a week, 400 or 500 income a week, if we built all those right away. And we're probably down to like 10,000 bucks. So we're just gonna let those sit. We'll have to build them at some point coming up soon, especially the police and fire department. At some point we're gonna get a little crime signal popping up above a house or something like that, and it's time to build a police station. But in the meantime, we're taking advantage of not having it and getting $2,350 a week, and it's going up the more people we add. So since we're doing okay on money and we're gonna need it anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue expanding out here. Oh, and why don't we go ahead, and we are gonna spend some money right now. We're gonna go ahead and unlock a new area. We're gonna unlock a new area. What do we want to unlock? You know what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. I'll push the industry. We'll keep it in this area and kind of push it out over here. And then we'll just make this all residential and commercial. So we're gonna buy that. That's $3,400. If you want to be super frugal, you can just buy the cheapest one available, which would be this, 29. But you know, for this, it's on the other side of the freeway, so we're gonna have to build a bridge, you know, an overpass over the freeway, make a tunnel, something like that. You know, we don't want that trouble yet. At least I don't. Or that expense, because that's going to be maintenance again. So our traffic's not bad. We don't need to upgrade roads yet, not a worry. This road will definitely get upgraded. If we're going to push industrial out this way, we'll want this to be a 4-lane road, if not 6-lane road. I'll probably go 4-lane, and then we can easily upgrade to 6-lane later on because it's the same width. And let's go ahead and push this out a little more. We'll just keep filling this in with residential. Nah, we'll do some cross streets right there. And see, now that I have money, I have some money coming in. You notice I've gone from this to now I'm going ahead and leaving myself some space. Now if I'm gonna put a school in there, I got plenty of room. If I'm gonna put a big park in there later on, I got plenty of room. When you have it like this, yeah, you maximize things. You maximize every inch of the map. That's nice. If you want to go for pure population, the highest population you can get, go for it. But this is hard to come back and put certain buildings in, especially parks and stuff. And you're gonna want to do that because parks raise up your parks help raise up the level of your buildings, which means the higher the level, the more income. So spending money sometimes makes you a good chunk of money. And then let me explain, since schools is one where a lot of people do it real quick, and I'll explain. Oh, there we go. We got crime, crime, crime. So now it's time to put in a police station. So right here inside, probably right about, we'll go right here. This way it covers the industrial area a little bit, covers most of the residential. Not great down here, but early on, one police station's good enough. So we'll put the police station right there. Chances are we'll get a fire soon and I'll have to do the fire station too. But we'll wait until that happens. So the reason that we don't need a school right now and we don't need to use that expense is because all our buildings are level 1. Starting to get a little higher, mainly because I just put the police station right next to them. Level 1, industry, commercial, they take nothing but uneducated workers. So we don't need to educate our people because all our jobs are for uneducated people. No matter what we click on here, uneducated. Got it? So once we start leveling up buildings by putting in a bunch of parks, by a lot of schools help, police, fire, stuff like that, all that stuff, and then public transportation, all that stuff helps level up. The higher the level, the more need for education. Until you need that education, you don't need to worry about it. So we just hit tiny town population 1500. We got landscaping that we can do, event policies. Now we can do parks and plazas, level 2 unique buildings, football fields. We have a bunch of new policies. We have some new roads. These are actually the walking paths for people or bike paths. And then we got canals. And high school, again, we don't need it. We're not going to use it for quite a while. We have a bunch of parks. We're probably not going to build any of those for a while either, because weekly expenses. Let's just keep it down. We don't need to worry about leveling up yet. So it's nice to have, but we don't need it quite yet. Just save your money. Don't build any of them until you absolutely need to. So we have all the space over here to build now. Who wants a house right about there? Yay. But no, we'll push industrial up here. Maybe it'll go up the hill. Who knows? And I didn't even notice that. We got some ruins, an old castle. King Bob lived here. King Bob was a knob. Nobody liked him. That's why his castle got blown to hell. We have no demand right now, really, which isn't the worst thing in the world. We just kind of let it cruise. There might be a little skip in the video here as I wait it out too. Yeah. Alright, we have some demand building here. We're also just going to go ahead and build some roads. We're up to $87,000. All I've done is build roads, zone. We have enough power. We have enough water right now. We'll have to add to that as demand requires. But it's not a big deal right now. We're just going to go ahead and bring this over right here. That gives me more space for some more commercial. And then I'll go ahead and do that commercial as well. And we're gonna push this out. Sorry, dude, you just built your business and I'm going to destroy it. I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. Don't hate me, because I'm beautiful. We're gonna fill this in with industrial. And then I don't want the industrial wrapping around there. We'll just do that right there. And then we'll bucket drop over here. We're good to go. So there's more industrial. And then since I'm pushing the industrial that way, we'll go ahead and extend these roads out. Again, my normal style is not a grid system. I'm not a fan of a grid system. I like to do windy, curvy, wavy roads. But early on, I usually do it like this. It's the most cost efficient way to do it. And then, you know, I'm getting to the point where I have enough money, I'll start getting a little looser with my roads. Leaving a bunch of space. Maybe making some little special areas here. Some nice neighborhoods. You know, and this is a lot more like my normal building space. You know, I'll work with the land. We got this hill going up, so road should kind of go this way. We'll go ahead and build off of this, and we'll do a little something like that. Nah, we'll leave it like that. Boom. All right. So now we got some little steps going up the hill. We have a ton of residential demand. So we're gonna go ahead and just bucket drop everything here. You know, and maybe I'll leave that empty for now. Later on, I want to put something a little different in there. A big park or a statue or special building, something like that. Or just plop some trees in there, right? We're gonna bucket drop most of this. You see me starting to skip some now too. I'm not trying to use every inch of property. I actually don't want to zone that residential. Not yet, because most likely I'll widen this road and we'll have commercial coming down the outside. But we will do the inside parts here. Nah, not that. Not that. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do some commercial here. Ah, we had a fire. So that tells me it's time to do a fire station. Now, where my police station, I will try to get it central, maybe leaning more towards the residential area. My fire station is going to be more towards residential or industrial area. You tend to have more fires in the industrial area. So we're probably going to go ahead and put it right about, I'll do it right there. It's covering most of that residential area. So lean it towards the industrial area. All right, let me expand the water before these people get all ticked off and move out on me. We don't have water. We're gonna whine and complain. We're a bunch of babies. Can't live a month or two without water. Whatever. Okay, now you see we're starting to get more traffic coming in as we get bigger. We also might be short on power. Let's check. Yeah, we got to build another power plant. So thankfully we've saved up a bunch of money building this new power plant for $19,000, and $560 a week isn't going to be that big of a deal to us. It's just going to allow us to expand even more and more. We'll go ahead and put it out here. We have open space. Put it right there in case we want to do a road right there. And there we go. We got enough power. All right, we're making enough money. Push a little more commercial out this way. That's our start in town right there. And we're making money non-stop. $2,500 a week, $2,600. It's going up.